guys, my name is KarQ and welcome to my room/office/gaming setup tour in partnership with the Predator Training Room. Now this is where the magic happens. Everything from eating, sleeping, editing, streaming, gaming, and my entire career as a content creator has been built out of this room. It looks big and spacious because it's actually half of my basement and not a room upstairs. Anyways, although there's the moody blue and pink lights you see in the background, it's actually really dark in here, and I'm going to turn on this big bright white light so the camera can pick up the items better without it being so noisy and grainy. Almost everything I list in this video will be linked in the description down below, and if the product isn't available on Amazon or whatever, then I'll link something very similar to it. First thing you see in this corner is a storage unit that houses a bunch of miscellaneous things such as my photography bag, product boxes, and a bunch of Grey Goose vodka that I pick up from the duty-free shops every time I travel. I'm not really much of a drinker myself, but maybe we'll pop one open at 1,000,000 subs, so hey, let's get it. And beside it is another storage unit that my sister passed down to me many years ago, and I honestly have no idea where it's from, but I'm sure you can find something similar from IKEA. On top of it is just some of my documents and my Google Home, which controls a couple of things in my room, which I'll get to in a bit. To the right of it is a Nedby shelving unit in black from IKEA, which holds a bunch of my old Xbox 360 games that I grew up with. Moving along is a 55-inch Samsung Smart TV, only 1080p and over 6 years old, so I don't have the exact name and model for you, so honestly I'll just link you a 4K TV that you can probably find for a very similar price. What I can tell you is that it's sitting on a white IKEA Bios TV bench, pardon my Swedish. For the audio, I have a nice Bluetooth Samsung soundbar and subwoofer that is synced up to an old Chromecast so I can watch whatever. Below it is an old Xbox 360 that's collecting dust, and to the right of it is a power bar that gives the juice to the system, and an IKEA Not floor up light, which I replaced the main bulb with a Philips Hue light, which I set to pink. Speaking of lights, the L-shaped couch facing the entertainment system also has a Philips light strip set to blue, and behind my bed is the final Philips lighting, Bloom, set to green. I've always felt RGB lighting gives good ambience, mood, and character to a room setup, which I highly recommend. The Philips Hue lights can be a bit pricey, but it can be changed to millions of different colors through your smartphone, or in my case, my Google Home, which I often do on stream.
Hey Google, make the lights green. Hey Google, make the lights purple.
Now going back to the couch, above it is a giant mirror, which by the way is a secret interior designing trick to make a room feel a lot bigger than it actually is. So if you ever feel like your studio or room is a little tiny or a little small or cramped up, get a giant mirror and fool everybody. So I usually kick back on this couch and watch some shows while having my laptop in front of me so I can keep up with emails and other business stuff. This laptop is the Predator Triton 700, equipped with a 7th generation Intel quad-core i7-7700HQ, an NVIDIA GTX 1080, 32GB of DDR4 RAM, a 120Hz display, and best of all, it's light as heck, weighing only about 5 pounds. Yes, this thing is an absolute monster and is perfect for me to use on the go since it has the utility of being a portable laptop for business, but it can also be a desktop replacement for gaming. Alright, moving away from the entertainment system, behind the couch is my closet, which has a bunch of clothes, you can't really see it. Another small mirror, my drawer and dressers for clothing, some miscellaneous things that sit on top of it, and my bed. Since this entire setup is a hybrid between my personal room and my office, yes, I have a giant queen-size bed sitting here that I sleep on. Now finally, I've saved the best for last, the gaming setup portion of the room that you're probably all curious about. I'll start with the chair, the AK Racing Nitro in black and white, but honestly, I made the big mistake of buying it online without testing it in stores. I'm sure there are a lot of different racing chair models that would fit my body type better, but this one honestly isn't that comfortable for me. What I can recommend is this very inexpensive $30 memory foam seat cushion by MemorySoft. Honestly, this is such a good investment, super comfortable, and your bum and tailbone will thank you as you age. Now moving on to the table, this is an IKEA Linmon tabletop in black at about 78 inches long and 23 inches wide. For the base, I have an electrical adjustable standing desk leg from Anthrodesk, and I'm not gonna lie, I barely use it. I mean, it's nice for when other people use my setup and I can ergonomically adjust the desk height, but if you're on the fence about purchasing one, my advice is don't get it, unless you're really gonna be committed to it. For some sloppy cable management, I have the IKEA Signum rack hooked up to the bottom of my table. Of course, no setup is complete without RGB lights, which I have attached to the back, and a cable box cover by Blue Lounge that holds the power supply and other cords. Now back to the top of the desk, on the left is a Brother wireless monochrome laser printer, which is nice. I highly recommend a wireless printer these days so you can print from your phone or tablet with convenience. Got an Overwatch hat here, and one of my new favorite additions, the LaMetric Wi-Fi clock. If you download the official app for this, you can download some other apps within the app and set it up to display your live YouTube subscriber count, Twitch followers, and even your Overwatch SR. It's highly customizable, but I usually keep it on my YouTube sub count because it validates my existence. Okay, moving on. For the rest of the desk peripherals, we've got a Lamical cell phone stand, which holds my Huawei P20 phone these days, a Logitech Z313 sound system, it's super cheap, and an Elgato Stream Deck for programming shortcuts and macros for everyday computer use and my Twitch streams. The Sennheiser HD598 headphones are on the right here, an Audio-Technica AT2020 USB microphone hooked up to a Neewer boom arm, which is attached to the table, is what I use for my recordings. And the mouse I use for now is the Logitech G402. It's the same one that Ryu Jaehong used for a while. The keyboard is the Corsair K70 mechanical keyboard with red backlights and Cherry MX Red switches. Both of these sit on a long cloth mouse pad from Petchum. Now, I use a dual monitor setup that is being held together by a stand from Duramex. My Logitech C922X webcam is sitting on top of my second display, which is my old Acer GN246HL 144Hz monitor. I used to use this as my primary monitor until Acer Predator hooked me up with the 29.5-inch Z301C curved ultra-wide monitor. This is a 2560 by 1080 monitor with NVIDIA G-Sync technology, a 4 millisecond response time, and a refresh rate of 200 Hz. This monitor is a perfect middle ground between productivity and gaming for my specific needs. I like the ultra-wide when editing videos because of the extra room, but it can awkwardly stretch specific games, so actually I sometimes lock it in at 1920 by 1080 with black bars, specifically with shooting games. Now before I cover the main PC that's running everything here, I'm going to touch on my wall design. Here you will see AeroZoom acoustic soundproofing foam, which helps dampen the sound in the room so it doesn't echo as much. The coolest thing about acoustic foam is that it has a purpose and it can be aesthetically pleasing with the creative freedom you have in how you design it and lay it out. In the dead center, above my monitor, is my silver play button for passing 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, one of my proudest achievements. It's placed here in the center to constantly remind me that I'm on the right path in life and to keep me motivated for the next milestone of 1 million. Alright, now let's take a look at this bad boy here. This is the Predator Orion 9000. This thing is a pre-built monster that has a very sleek design, RGB lights, and comes with wheels.
Oh my god, it has wheels! It has wheels! What kind of PC has wheels?
Taking a look inside, my model is the lowest of the three that they offer, but it is still powered by the Intel Hexa-Core i7-8700K at 3.7 GHz, which I have overclocked to about 4.5 GHz right now. This model comes with 16 GB of DDR4 RAM at 2666 MHz, but there are 2 empty slots here, so it is definitely upgradable. For the graphics, we've got the NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti with 11 GB of dedicated memory. Storage is taken care of with a 2 TB hard drive and a 256 GB SSD for the operating system. I added another 3 TB hard drive in there because I need the storage when I make videos. The power supply and stuff is being covered by this piece of plastic to hide the cables and keep the insides aesthetically pleasing, and there are RGB lights of course on the fans. If we look at this monstrosity again from the outside, there are a bunch of USB ports, an easy turbo button you can press to overclock, and honestly, a very sleek and dark design with sharp angles and life. I know there are memes out there making fun of pre-built computers, but honestly, I'm very impressed with what Predator Gaming did to customize this one. Anyways, that's my setup. I listed what I could for the products in the description below. Big thank you to Predator Gaming and the Predator Training Room again for partnering up with me for this video. More stuff is on their website and on their YouTube channel. It's a shame that there isn't enough people that actually know about this goldmine of strategic gaming content made by very established creators. Seriously, only a few hundred subscribers right now. Let's give it 1,000 right here, right now. As there's video content for League with Foxdrop, Scara, PUBG with WTF Moses, Dota 2 with Bowie, CSGO with Steel, and Overwatch with me. So come check it out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.